What our hybrid looks like is a regenerative braking kinetic energy recovery system where we've created at the lower right there the traction drive unit. And the beauty of it is with Remi's assistance years ago, we've packaged two separate motor generator systems within what looks like a conventional transmission to help it be packaged more readily into vehicles. And then as that vehicle decelerates, in the spirit of a classic hybrid, we store the energy that would otherwise just be wasted as heat into the service brake or other retarding device. We store that energy as chemical energy in the battery system, and then upon reacceleration, we blend the power that we have saved in that battery to help move the vehicle. And we're getting 20–25% fuel economy improvements, and in some cities, based on terrain and how the operators use them, much greater. So, just as we were getting ready to launch the product into production, yet another Department of Energy and National Renewable Energy Lab grant was awarded to us to help look forward at the next generation of power electronics and the next generation of the motor generator. And again, that was another $1.6 million over a 3-year period. It was perfect timing again. We just launched, we'd learned a lot, and now we're being helped look at the next generation of how to make the product even better. Where we are today is over 4,200 of the hybrid systems for transit buses have been sold throughout the world. We're in 178 cities in 9 different countries. Combined, our estimates as of earlier this year is that they have saved over 320 million miles, or they've run over 320 million miles now, and have saved over 17 million gallons of diesel fuel, with over 170,000 metric tons of CO2 emissions avoided because of the fuel savings. Some of our largest fleets, just coincidentally today, and it varies month to month, is in Washington, D.C. with the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority. Seattle was one of our first major customers and continue today to be a big user, and Philadelphia and Baltimore are right up there as well. And here in Indiana, I'm proud to say we also have 6 cities that are now using buses equipped with the Allison transmission hybrid system. The upper right is right here in town in Indianapolis, and then the silver bus at the bottom is up in Muncie for those of you from that area. And now it brings me to today, our commercial truck hybrid program. We've learned a lot with transit buses, and we applied for a grant back in 2009 for commercial truck hybrids. And this will be Allison's 4th hybrid-related federal government grant on which we're working. Back in August of 2009, the president up in Elkhart announced that we were the recipient of $62.8 million to help create electric drive component manufacturing facilities for commercial truck hybrids. We've chosen to renovate an existing plant here in just west of town in Speedway at our world headquarters. And we've chosen to apply known technologies in order to speed the process up. And we are helping to implement the manufacture of hybridized variants of some of our existing Allison commercial products. Key to this program are 2 outstanding Indianapolis industrial entities. We chose Delphi and Remi not because they were here in Indiana, and not because we had worked with them prior on a variety of other projects, but because we looked around the world and for the types of technologies that we needed, the support structure, the ability to deliver prototypes and production as needed, we chose Delphi and Remi. And I can't say enough about the terrific collaboration that we have with those companies, and they're really helping us to make our new commercial truck hybrids strong. And these are just 2 examples of so many great companies Bill mentioned that have developed here in Indianapolis. Cummins engines as well. Can't have a hybrid system running behind a Cummins without close collaborative work with those their expertise down in Columbus, Indiana. So our new commercial truck hybrid, these are some of the vocations likely to benefit from it. We've chosen another regenerative braking kinetic energy recovery system. It'll be an electric motor sandwiched in between the engine and our transmissions. So these, the subset of the applications that I shared with you earlier, these really see a lot of high density stopping and starting. The more you stop and start, the better the chance that you can recover some of that energy and store it in a battery. So we're looking at general distribution, municipal trucks, shuttle buses like airports, refuse trucks, anything that has a lot of stop and start. And then at the lower right is also the a typical utility bucket truck. Folks who might want to drive to a job site, park the truck, shut the engine off, and then operate the boom and bucket without having to have the engine run the entire time. And so there we'll be able to draw the energy from the battery and help with that operation. So a couple more charts here in closing. Benefits of the government grant, just touching on that again. It's the ability to offer that value to the customer, and in this case, fuel savings, emissions reductions, less wear and tear on the other parts of the vehicle. We're learning more important bits of information faster, enabled by government grants, as well as the breadth and depth of knowledge is enhanced by those grants. And we can make better informed business decisions sooner. The indirect government grants I touched on, the value of those sustaining long-term networks that you develop as a grant recipient by interacting, by being a good steward of the grant money, by reporting out on it to the government entities. It's outstanding. And way beyond the grant execution period, we continue to grow and benefit from those networks. And the grants help create a sustaining culture within your company for research, development, and for production infrastructure, and that persists too. And as Bill touched on, we started in the mid-1990s to build a hybrid system for transit buses. Little did we realize, less than a decade later, that same fundamental system would be scaled down, add a few more gear sets to it, and be used in General Motors full-size pickup trucks, Tahoes, Escalades. So that foundational patent, again, helped by Department of Energy and Department of Defense grants, has grown way beyond our original expectations. And with that, I'll close. Thank you very much.